TheTokener explains, a beginner's guide to developing your own smart contracts using the Solidity programming language on top of the Ethereum blockchain platform. In this episode, we will be talking about how you can change what data is currently stored inside the data field of a smart contract. You can change what data is stored inside by writing a function, a so-called transactional function, which you can pass a value, and then this value becomes the new value that is stored inside the data field that you have specified. This is what we've ended up with after the end of the last episode. We have a very simple smart contract which contains a hard-coded message, and we can look at the current value of this message, but we cannot currently alter what value it is. So if we want to alter this value, we need to write a transactional function. And the transactional function is a function that assigns a new value to one or multiple data fields of the smart contract. It looks like this: function, and then we have the name of the function, like change message, and then we have some arguments in here, and then we have a block which is delimited by using the curly braces. Inside the function, we need to assign a new value to message. Of course, where does this value come from? Well, it comes from an argument that we pass in. So we need an argument over here, our parameter, such as something called new message. So whenever we specify a new message and call this function with this new message, then the current message becomes the new message. Now, if we try to compile this as is, we will get a warning. It tells us no visibility specified, defaulting to public. So actually, let's write public over here. What the visibility of a function means is what from where you can execute the function. Public functions can be executed from outside of the blockchain, so this is what we want in this case. We will talk more about visibility in a later episode. Now, after clicking compile again, everything is fine. Now, if we want to deploy this new version, and if you use this, run this tutorial just after you finish the previous one, then you will still see the old contract that we've deployed over here. If I click deploy again, I will see the new one over here below the old one. So let's actually click on the cross over here so we don't get confused by the old version of the contract. Again, the reason that the new version doesn't just replace the old version is because once published, a smart contract is on the blockchain forever. Of course, in this case, we are only executing, our blockchain is limited to our current browser window, but in the real blockchain, it would be inside this blockchain for the rest of time. Now, alright, that's enough of the side tour. Let's talk about the code we've just published, so the current version of the contract. As you can see, there are now two fields over here. We still have the message, just as in the last episode, and when we click on it, we see what string is currently stored inside. But we also have a change message function, and if we click on here, it will execute this function with whatever we've currently entered in here. Well, right now I didn't actually enter anything before clicking it, so when I want to read the new value by clicking on the blue message button again, I now get an empty string as a result. So let's actually enter some more interesting information in here. This is a test. Do note you have to enclose this value in quotation marks, because that's the way that Remix is currently set up. Now if we click on the red button again, we see some information again down in the log information, and then if we check again by clicking on the blue button what the current value is, you see the new value is over here. That was it for this episode. Leave us a comment, like, subscribe, and ring the notification bell to know whenever new episodes appear. TheTokener Explains is a collaboration between TheTokener and Resilia. If you're interested in the latest cryptocurrency related information and news, go to thetokener.com. And if you're building your own blockchain related product and have some questions or would like some help, reach out to us at resilia.nl.